How to remember words and sentences. Learning to remember words and sentences is not just about memorization, it's about transformation. Every new word you learn expands your mind, your confidence, and your ability to connect with the world around you. And the good news is, you already have what it takes to become amazing at it. You just need the right mindset, the right techniques, and a little bit of consistency. So let's dive in and unlock the secrets of remembering words and sentences in a way that truly lasts. 1. Start with your why. Before you try to remember a single word, ask yourself, why am I learning this language? Why do I want to remember these words and sentences? Maybe it's to travel. Maybe it's to work abroad. Maybe it's to communicate with new people, to understand songs, movies, or culture. Whatever your reason is, make it emotional, because emotion creates memory. When you connect your learning to something meaningful, your brain pays attention. And when your brain cares, it remembers. 2. The power of repetition. Repetition is the mother of memory. You don't need to be a genius to remember. You just need to repeat smartly. But repetition doesn't mean reading the same list of words 100 times. It means revisiting words in different ways, at different times and in different contexts. Say the word out loud. Write it down. Use it in a sentence. Hear it in a song. The more ways you experience a word, the more deeply it becomes part of you. Your brain loves patterns. So when you review something today, then again tomorrow, then a few days later, you're telling your brain, this matters. Keep it. That's why techniques like spaced repetition work so well. They help your memory strengthen over time instead of fading away. 3. Create mental connections. Your memory doesn't store words as isolated sounds or letters. It stores connections. The more connections a word has, the easier it becomes to recall. When you learn a new word, don't just memorize its meaning. Connect it to an image, an emotion, or even a funny story. For example, if you're learning the word storm, picture yourself standing in the rain, feeling the wind and thunder. Suddenly, it's not just a word, it's an experience. This technique is called visual association, and it's incredibly powerful. The human brain is visual by nature. That's why you remember faces better than names. So use that to your advantage. Turn your vocabulary into pictures. 4. Practice speaking out loud. Don't just read words silently. Say them, speak them. Feel them in your mouth. When you speak, you activate different parts of your brain: motor memory, auditory memory, and even emotional memory. Speaking turns passive knowledge into active skill. And don't be afraid to make mistakes. Mistakes are proof that you're learning. Every time you mispronounce or forget a word, your brain gets feedback and builds stronger pathways. Speak boldly, even if you're not perfect. Perfection doesn't come before speaking, it comes because of speaking. 5. Use real context. The best way to remember sentences is to use them in real situations. If you learn a sentence like, "Can I get a coffee, please?" Go out and actually say it in a cafe. The moment you use a phrase in real life, it becomes real to your memory. You can also create your own context. Make short stories, talk to yourself, describe your day using new words. Don't just memorize, personalize. The more personal the context, the more unforgettable it becomes. 6. Learn in chunks, not in isolation. Instead of memorizing words one by one, learn them in chunks. For example, don't just learn take, but also learn take a break. Take care, take your time. Your brain loves patterns and phrases. When you learn in chunks, you're teaching your brain how words naturally live together. This not only improves memory, but also makes your speech sound more natural and fluent. 7. Listen, watch, and absorb. Exposure is everything. Listen to music, podcasts, and movies in the language you're learning. Don't worry if you don't understand everything at first. Your brain is like a sponge. It absorbs more than you realize. Over time, familiar words will start to pop out, and you'll begin to connect meanings automatically. When you hear sentences repeatedly in context, your subconscious starts to remember their rhythm and structure. You'll begin to feel what sounds right, even before you consciously understand why. That's how native speakers learn, not by memorizing lists, but by absorbing patterns. 8. Engage emotionally. If you want your brain to remember something, make it emotional. Learn words that make you feel something. Words connected to your passions, your dreams, or even your struggles. If a sentence makes you laugh, surprise you, or inspire you, your brain marks it as important. You can even use music or movement to increase emotional connection. Dance to a song, repeat sentences with energy, or associate words with gestures. The more senses you use, the deeper the memory goes. 9. Teach what you learn. There's a simple rule in memory science. If you teach something, you'll never forget it. When you explain a word or a sentence to someone else, even just to yourself, you're reinforcing your understanding and recall. Try explaining what you learned today in your own words. Record yourself talking about it or write a short summary. When you take information out of your brain and put it into words, you strengthen it tenfold. Stay consistent, not perfect. The biggest mistake learners make is trying to be perfect. But the truth is, consistency beats perfection every time. If you study 10 minutes every day, you'll remember far more than if you study for 3 hours once a week. Memory thrives on regular activation. Before we finish, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Your support really means a lot to me and helps me keep creating better content for you. Remember, to see real results, try listening to this video more than once. Each time you'll learn a little more and improve faster. Your likes, comments, and subscriptions give me the motivation to keep going. Don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for the next video. See you soon.